Hey everyone, Jen Decker here with your semifinals tournament breakdown. Your Final Four has been set with both matches set to take place this Wednesday night Dynamite on TNT. You'll have Cody versus Darby Allin and Lance Archer versus Dustin Rhodes. Now, Darby Allin and Cody have a fairly complex in-ring history with one another. In fact, if you ask most people on Facebook to define the relationship, they would choose it's complicated. Their rivalry spans back pre-Dynamite to 2019's Fyter Fest, where Allin stepped in largely as an unknown to go the distance with the American Nightmare, ending in a 20-minute time limit draw. After the match, Cody said he was so impressed with Darby Allin's performance, it made it pretty clear that a rematch would definitely be in the cards at some point. The two later found themselves on the same side of the squared circle in a match against MJF's mercenaries, Butcher and the Blade, with the stipulation being that if Cody and Darby won, Darby would finally get his rematch. That rematch would take place on January 1st at Daly's Place, with Cody sneaking out the victory with the help of his new coach, Arn Anderson. Now, why all this backstory? Well, it just goes to show you how familiar these two are with each other. How do you defeat someone that knows you probably as well as you know yourself? That's going to be the challenge Cody faces during this matchup. His experience and his patience and his willingness to take Arn's advice during their last meeting is what propelled him to victory. But that was a different Cody. Since then, the American Nightmare has essentially been living one. After removing himself from the AEW World Championship title picture following his loss to Chris Jericho, Cody spent the majority of the new year fixated on defeating MJF, a goal that, after months of placating his absurd stipulations, resulted in a soul-crushing defeat at Revolution. Now, he's having his wrestling career and, quite frankly, his manhood questioned by Jake the Snake on a weekly basis, over allegations that he's dodging Jake's client. Meanwhile, we've watched Darby Allin seemingly grow more dominant before our very eyes, beating Sammy Guevara not only at Revolution, but in this very tournament. And who can forget the time he took on Chris Jericho and the Spanish God in essentially a 2-on-1 handicap match? To put it plainly, Darby Allin has no fear, and the most dangerous man is the one with nothing to lose. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, Dustin Rhodes has had a long road to get to the TNT tournament. Since joining AEW, Dustin's overcome a ton of adversity, mostly at the hands of the Inner Circle, whether it was Jake Hager slamming his hand on a car door or battling Santana and Ortiz in and out of the ring. The Natural's proven time and time again that old dogs can not only learn new tricks, but they can teach those youngins a thing or two. But decades of battles can beat down on even the strongest of bodies, and last week found Dustin questioning if his in-ring career had reached the end of the road. Fortunately, with the help of his manager Brandy, he was able to stave off a cocky Kip Sabian to advance to the Final Four. But things are not going to get any easier. This week, Dustin faces off against arguably one of the biggest and most unpredictable monsters on AEW's roster, Lance Archer. Since he's appeared on the scene here at AEW, Lance Archer has been on the ultimate path of destruction. I mean, he nearly murdered Marco Stunt. His showing in the first round of the tournament against Colt Cabana proved to be equally devastating, despite Colt's best efforts. He will be one of the biggest opponents Dustin's encountered since his battle against Jake Hager at Revolution, or his gruesome battle against his own brother at last year's Double or Nothing. If Dustin wants to win this match, he's got to find a way to minimize the damage Lance Archer's able to inflict, capitalize on Archer's impulsiveness, and not let his opponent use his own size against him. Otherwise, this match's outcome is going to prove as disappointing to Dustin Rhodes as the ending of Sopranos, and end in a blackout.
All right, you want to give Big Dustin a call? Yeah. A little family meeting here. Yo, Dustin. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? You're just putting your career on the line without consulting with us. That's cool, you know? God forbid you slipped on a banana peel.
What would we be doing?
Yeah, I don't have a partner.
I apologize.
I'm not
Finally
tagging
win
with
a
this
match.
guy.
You
That
know?
would have been a terrible thing for me to leave y'all in the dust. Like
It kind of would have, but that's okay. We made it through. And,
Yeah, luckily Brandy was out there to help you, you know?
Here we are rolling into the next phase here, part 2 for you, and it's an unlucky draw, I think. Murderhawk, Lance Archer.
I love you like my own brother, and you did great with Kip, but Lance is a different type of animal, man.
Okay, well listen, first I need you to jump on this train with me, man. I need your 110% support. He's a big old bastard, okay? But I've fought big bastards before. I've fought Van Vader. I've fought The Undertaker. I've fought Kane. I've fought John Tenta. I've fought them all, and I survived them all. So I'm not scared one bit. He may call himself the Murder Hawk. To me, he's a chicken hawk, and I got a point to prove The goal is in sight, and that is to become the first TNT champion. I love you guys, and I thank you so very much for your support. I am not scared one bit. I have more heart than this son of a bitch will ever have.
Well, I just want to go on the record and say I was never scared. I think QT was a little bit scared, but after that, I don't think anybody's scared. I think the one thing that's given me maybe a little bit of anxiety is, you know, say you win this match, say Cody wins his match, what does the final look like? My worst nightmare.
Hey, I think we cross that bridge when we get there, because
I think we need to focus on right now.
Okay.
You know, with Lance Archer. But I will say this, Brandy, I love you very much. I love my brother, and it hurts my heart and my soul deeply to even think of having to step in that ring and face my brother again.
All right. Well, do you want us out there with you with Lance, or do you want us to, you know, give you some space? What do you need this time?
Well, I thought about it. You know, I've been doing a little studying on Lance, watching some of his tapes. I think I would rather have QT. No offense, QT. I just would rather you kind of close.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't think I need you out there ringside. You know, I got something to do. I have something to prove. Brandy, yes, I want you there, please, if you guys don't mind.
It's that spear, isn't it?
It is
that spear.
I'm gonna learn a spear. All right.
That'll take a grown man
It's my
down
spear.
right there.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Dustin. Well,
All
I'm
right,
looking
Dustin.
forward to you. Thank you so much. Let us
gonna
know
be
what we can
fun.
do to help.
We'll see you
All
this
right.
week.
We'll see you there.
Let's stay positive. Let's kick some ass.
All right.
Nightmare.
To my dearest companion, as I take pen in hand, I observe this trying time for humanity. I pray you are safe from harm's way. I hope this letter finds you well. Hearing disclosures that you and Mr. Cutler are still at odds with one another, I long for a conclusion to this rivalry turned bitter. I hope you succumb to humility and make peace. Our disjointed times may only be healed through abandoning enmity which does not serve us. To the purpose of my letter, a dear colleague of ours has misplaced something quite special to her, and I have taken it upon myself to assist in its recovery. To be fair, this act is not entirely altruistic. Is its value merely sentimental, or is there more to its significance? Could this item be displaced from history, an heirloom passed down from great warriors in times past? Or could this object be metaphysical in nature, a sigil of power with unknowable import? As is the nature of a librarian, I seek answers. I go forth on this mission cautiously, yet determined. I'll tell you this not to cause you apprehension for my safety. I simply miss the strength I gain knowing you are beside me. It has been some time since we've last seen each other. You, in mid-battle with Colt Cabana, you had caught me as I was falling. I still think thoughtfully of this very moment. But now, all focus must be on the task at hand. My courage does not halt nor falter. Adieu, my cantankerous yet charming partner. May the sun's next rise lead you one step closer to your first victory. Kindest regards, Leva Bates.
Let me think about this, Dustin. Last week you were talking about retiring if you couldn't beat Kip Sabian.
Code red. 1, 2, 3.
Christ, you squeaked by that.
Dustin's career will go on. He will go on in the tournament to the semifinals.
But my friend, that's not a good thing. Because now you're set to go against Lance Archer.
6'7". Wow.
I'm realizing now that I'm beloved by millions and millions of people. This is my opportunity to win the TNT title. First ever.
Lance Archer doesn't need the fans. He feeds off his own anger. He wants to hurt somebody, and you happen to be a Rhodes. That makes it even better.
I step in the ring with Lance Archer, who is fresh, hot, and new. Both very hungry and passionate. and powerful people in our sport.
I'm laying it out there plain and simple. Lance will F you up.
The blackout is what he calls it.
Blackout is right.
And he blacks out another one.
It's better to acknowledge the fear and the truth and walk away.
Win or lose, you are going to remember the natural Dustin Rhodes.
If you don't walk away from this, you'll be carried away from this. Goodbye, old friend.
We are down to the semifinals in the TNT Championship tournament, as Dustin will be taking on Lance Archer, Cody the American Nightmare on the other side against Darby Allin. Darby, I appreciate your time. The obvious question is, facing Cody, that has to be, I would think, because of the history, kind of a special moment for you.
Why is it special for me, Tony?
Because Cody kind of brought you in here to AEW and you've known him, and it's, I would think it would be
special. Cody may have got me into AEW, and yes, I respect the hell out of him. But it's not special for me to step in the ring with him again. Where do you draw the line, Tony? From being grateful to being an ass kisser. All you get with these young guys in the locker room are a bunch of ass kissers.
I get
I'm
that.
not just happy to be here. Because it's not special. It's business.
Fair enough. I know it's business. I get that. I understand it. It's business for everybody. You and Cody have faced each other twice before now. First time it was a draw. Second time didn't go your way. Third time, here's the third match. Got any special plans? Anything you want to do differently maybe?
First time I stepped in the ring with Cody, you could say I was a little, I don't know how you say it, starstruck about the whole AEW, the layout, because I came from these indies. You know, a lot was going in my head. I had a lot going on in my mind that night. So, you know, I got a little too reckless. But then fast forward to our second match.
Right.
And having my one downfall be Arn Anderson in that match. Knees, Cody, knees. I'm not dealing with it this time. Arn ain't here. I often ask myself, what's most important in this story? The beginning, the middle, or the end? No one has ever kicked out of the coffin drop.
That's true.
The only thing I need for this match is just to be me and Cody. Nothing else. And I guarantee you, he will not kick out of the coffin drop.
So there you have it. It will be just Cody and Darby Allin in one of the semifinal matches in the TNT Championship tournament. Darby, good luck, bud.